Wait, am I on?
Yes.
I'm on. Hello guys, Jimmy here. Wave. Marie and I are driving to Brands Hatch for my driving day thing experience, which is going to be awesome. As you can see, the weather is great. It's raining so much. And red lights, because fuck my life. But really looking forward to it. Hopefully not going to roll any more cars. And yeah, I'm going to try and get like some footage on there as well. But if not, it's just going to be being very excited afterwards. So, thumbs up.
Yeah.
Now, some of you might remember me saying how loud this car is at higher speeds. I'm only doing 60 miles an hour right now, which is a legal limit at this point, by the way. And yeah, I'm having to shout so you can hear me. So don't take this car on the motorway or a dual carriageway or anything. You'll die of noise. Oh, we're here. Yeah, this is pretty surreal, being a real life track-a-majig. I need to go sign in somewhere apparently to make sure that I'm not some sort of mentalist, and then I get to drive. Okay, so we're currently in the Kentagon, isn't it? The Kentagon. I'm not quite sure what the hell that's all about.
It's a restaurant.
It's a restaurant type thing. We've got all this cool stuff up here, like it's all the winners of old races around here. I'm not quite sure. I think they're like championship winners, I'm not entirely sure. Or just race winners. No, it's race winners. Just waiting now to be kind of called, and then in the wording of this letter here, whisked away in a minibus.
That's what you're driving.
I'm driving a minibus. I'm dreaming Richard's dream. But yeah, so I'm kind of nervous now, to be honest. It's raining a little bit damp, and I'm not really a skilled driver. So we'll see how it goes, I guess. So fingers crossed I don't die. I believe don't hit. This is the last one.
I'm not going to be able to hear you.
Well, okay, well, check that out.
That's a car.
It's a car with me. It just stopped raining, so hopefully I won't.
Okay, so the first time they went driving, but there's Jimmy going off now. He's driving there. Let's follow him round. Everyone's filming on their iPhone. That's him, yeah. Here he comes again. Here we go, come. Oh my god.
So I thought it'd be interesting to kind of talk about the experience a bit afterwards. I was going to do it on camera, but seeing as I am home now, I've got a sexy mic, I might as well use it. So yeah, what you just saw is some footage of me driving at Brands Hatch, first in the BMW M3, which you're actually seeing now from a Assetto Corsa. I thought it would be cool to compare the two and put one on the other on there, so that's there as well. And also a Formula Brands, which is basically a little open-wheeler car you saw there. It has an Audi TT engine that's limited to 4,000 RPM and only 4 gears, so you would top out on the straight. I'm not quite sure what speed it was, but you would top out on the straight, probably before the start-finish line, so you know, you're sitting in the car going, going down the straight, which is quite annoying. I wanted to talk about how the experience was, because the video doesn't do it justice as to how fast it felt, obviously. First I want to talk about the M3, because that's what I did first. Never have I felt so much power in the car under my right foot. I don't know how much power the E92 M3 has. It's somewhere around 400 I think, probably roughly. But you put your foot down and you would be pushed back into the seat. You'd have this, it was so effortless, the delivery of the power, that, you know, I was really overcome by it. Obviously it was wet, so we were kind of driving the wet lines. I mean, you can see if you go back to the footage of me driving the M3 that I take a very wide line coming through the left hand, the downhill left there, because the instructor was telling me to. But by the end of the session, unfortunately we didn't catch any of that. I got up to like a pretty quick pace. I was, you know, kind of driving at about maybe 80% of what I would drive in a sim properly, and it was really damn good fun. I mean, there were a couple of times when the car twitched and the kind of stability control kicked in, and I got to say that the actual feeling of steering isn't massive. You feel a lot more in the car, I feel, through the actual car itself and the G-forces, as opposed to kind of steering and the feel through the wheel. At one point I got up to about 115 mile an hour before braking for Paddock Hill Bend, which is so damn steep, by the way. Like, it's a lot steeper than you think it is. Same for coming out of Druids, that whole part is very steep and the braking is very heavy downhill. You kind of think you aren't going to stop, but it was just brilliant, getting around there and having that power under my foot, getting to drive such a cool car at a track that I've driven many times in sims. The instructor was very nice. He said that and obviously I'm going to hold this to the day I die probably. He said that I was a very brave and very confident and very smooth driver, and he was very impressed, and I was the best he had all day. So I was like, oh shucks, I bet you said that to all the men you're trying to date. But no, it was really fun, and I was really flattered by that. And then I got into the Formula Brands car, and I thought I was alright. The first thing that I noticed straight away was how low I was in the cockpit. My feet were up level with my chest, just about reached the pedals because I have really short legs, and the gear, it was an H pattern, but like the old style H pattern where it's just it's very, very small travel between each gear, like an old F1 car almost, where it's very small travel between each gear like that, using the clutch as well. I tried heel and towing once, but I didn't get around to it. I wasn't really confident doing it, and I almost spun the car doing it. Visibility was the most difficult thing because you're sitting so low in the car and it was raining. I couldn't see out my left eye at all because of the spray, and my visor was misted up, but I could see out my right eye just about, and that was enough to get me around the track. That thing was a blast. I nearly spun out of Druids and nearly spun coming out of the last corner, which was a lot more scary. But luckily my sim racing expertise, I like to think it is, but the reaction was there, the reaction time was there, and I kind of, managed to stop it from going round. Again, you don't see the speed or the feel of it when you're in the car, but it felt like you were going faster in the Formula Brands than you were in the M3, which is probably a lie because that thing wasn't too quick. Like I said, you only revved to 4,000 RPM, so you didn't really have a chance to wheel spin at all at any point, but it was really fun. I found myself having more difficulty in that car though, because I couldn't really use the grip that the car had, even though it was wet. It had a set of good wet tyres in it, and the car was set up pretty well for the track at that point, so I just couldn't use the grip. I wasn't fast enough to use it, and I didn't have the fastest lap by the end of it. I was about 4 seconds off the fastest lap by the end of the session, but I only got one fast lap in. The main problem I found was congestion on the track. I started right at the back of everyone, so I had to wait for everyone to get out of the way, and then when I did get a lap, the Formula Palmer came through, as you saw in that video, the Palmer Jag thing, so I had to get out of that way and then try and follow it through with my really bad acceleration. But it was great fun. I would so recommend doing it if you haven't driven at a track before. It is an eye-opener for sure, as to the talent of the real-life drivers. I have infinite respect now for anyone who's got into a race car and drove it in anger, because that requires some bravery and some balls. And well, what can I say? Not much more. I would love to do it again if I get the money. I would love to take my own car up there and drive around. It made me realise how slow the MX-5 is. Not in a bad way, obviously. Compared to an M3, a lot of things are slow, but it hasn't got the same sort of grunt, nowhere near by a long shot. But hope you guys enjoyed that video. I really enjoyed the day, and yeah, I will see you all next time. Have a fantastic day, guys.